Hello everyone, you've made it to part 4 of this video series. Great work on getting this far. In this video, we're going to go over how to include metadata, so things like the title and the author. We're also going to look at how to create a title page like this with links to websites and to sections within the PDF. What we'll need for this project is our background image, the text files, and our script. So you can download the part 3 version of this script on my GitHub. I've renamed this Python file part 4 just to be consistent with the video series. We'll first get started by adding the metadata. So we'll scroll down almost to the bottom of our script here. So right below where we instantiate our PDF object, we will add our metadata. We do this by calling the setTitle method, and we'll pass in title, which is a variable we defined all the way up here. And if you guessed it, set author to set the author of the PDF. And we'll scroll down here, change this to pdf_4.pdf, and then we will run our script. And then we will open up our PDF. This time I'm going to open it using Adobe because I know where to find the properties on it. And it looks like our title and author were set. Now let's start working on adding that title page. Now we can clean this up a little bit so we don't need this pdf.alias_mb pages anymore. We'll keep using our auto page break. And then where we add our page, just under that, what we will do is add our links and our image. So we have a blank page here. We can add our image to that blank page. pdf.image. We're going to use our background image, and we can set our x coordinate. I found that if we want to fill the entire PDF, what we want to do is set x to -0.5, and we will set the width to equal the PDF width plus 1. So what this does is adds our image as the entire width of the PDF. However, it does look like there's a little bit of a margin. And so to get rid of that, what I do is just add 1 more millimeter, and then I move it over 0.5 millimeter so that it's in the middle. So let's save that, run our script and make sure everything's working. And it looks like we need to say PNG there. We'll run that. Open up our PDF, and we have our image added. That's the full width of the page. Now let's add the links to our PDF. To add the links, what we're going to do is right under our metadata, the author here, and just before we set the auto page break, we're going to create variables for our links. For the first link, it's going to be the website link, and I've copied that link and pasted it here. So this is the link to the text that we're using in our PDF. To create links to certain locations in our PDF is a little bit different. So we'll create the chapter 1 link. What we do is call the add link method. So pdf.add_link. I just want 1 underscore there. We'll copy this for chapter 2. And let's add some space here. Call it link. When we create a link to a website, there are 2 steps. We create the link, like we just did here, and then we attach it to something, such as a piece of text. When we create links to certain locations in our PDF, there's an additional step. So we first create the link, we attach it, and then we set the location. So let's create some text so that we can attach our links. We'll do that right underneath Add Page. Here we'll create a cell. We'll say the width is 0, height is 10, and we will call our text source because it's the source of our text. We want the cursor to move to the next line after we've inserted this text. And now what we do is specify link and set that equal to the link we just created. So in this case, we want to set it to the website. We'll do the same thing for the chapter link, so we'll just copy and paste here. Change this to chapter 1 and chapter 2. And we want to make sure we use the appropriate link. So ch1 link and ch2 link. So for the website link, that's all we need to do. This will work. Let's actually just comment this out and we'll test it. So we'll run our code. open our PDF, scroll down. Here's our text source, and we'll click on that. And it opens up the website to our text. Let's uncomment these chapter links. And now for our chapter links, we need to set the chapter location. We need to think of where we want to add this to in our PDF. For us, it would make sense that chapter 1 link goes to the first page of chapter 1 and the chapter 2 link goes to the first page of chapter 2. Remember that for each chapter, we create a chapter title. So that would be actually a good place to link our text. So if we scroll all the way up to chapter title, what we want to do is make sure we pass in the argument link so that we have access to our links. And to set the location, we will call self.setLink and pass in the link. So this is called link here because we pass in this argument link. But remember, this argument is going to be representing either ch1 link or ch2 link because we'll be passing it in. Before we can run our script, we actually have to make sure that our link is being passed in through all the appropriate methods. So if we scroll down here, this is where our chapters are created. So let's make sure we're passing in our links there. Okay, so we will print chapter. We pass in all our arguments. So let's find print chapter. Print chapter, we need to add the link here. And then print chapter calls the chapter title method. So we will add link there. And we already added the link to chapter title here and set the link location right here. Okay, so let's save our script and check and see if everything is working. It looks like our chapter 1 and chapter 2 text was added. Let's click on chapter 1 and it takes us to chapter 1 because it's set to this chapter title here. Let's scroll back up and click on chapter 2 and it's taken us to chapter 2 here. We now have all the information that we need in order to create automated reports. So that's actually what we're going to do in the next video in this series. I look forward to seeing you there.